What if we told you that a legendary car manufacturer, once a NASCAR force to be reckoned with, would be making a comeback? In a recent interview, Tony Stewart, the driving force behind Stewart-Haas Racing, left us hanging with an intriguing comment about his team's potential relationship with Ford. Could this be Dodge's long-awaited comeback to the NASCAR world? The excitement is evident, and fans everywhere are buzzing with questions. Is it possible that history will repeat itself? Will Dodge be able to emerge from the ashes and restore its proper place on the racetrack? Join us on NASCAR Zone as we delve into the speculation surrounding this probable comeback. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. NASCAR, the iconic motorsport that has captivated millions, has long been the stage for intense battles between powerhouse car manufacturers. And now, amidst the tire smoke and screeching engines, a familiar name is swirling through the rumor mill: Dodge. It was back in 2012 when Dodge bid farewell to NASCAR, leaving behind a legacy of speed and victory. The brand's final act was nothing short of spectacular, as it clinched the championship with the legendary Team Penske, led by the indomitable Brad Keselowski. But like a thunderous roar that dissipates into silence, Dodge disappeared from the sport, leaving fans longing for its triumphant return. In the years that followed, whispers of Dodge's comeback echoed through the racing community, tantalizing enthusiasts with the prospect of seeing the brand's iconic emblem grace the tracks once more. One glimmer of hope emerged when Tony Stewart Racing, the force behind the formidable Tony Stewart, entered the NHRA scene. Could this be the gateway to Dodge's NASCAR resurgence? Alas, it was a false alarm, as Stewart-Haas Racing made it clear that their motorsports pursuits would remain within the confines of NHRA. But as the wheel of time continued to turn, so did the possibilities. Tony Stewart, the mastermind behind SHR, dropped enigmatic hints about the future alignment of his racing empire. It was motorsports journalist Jordan Bianchi who posed the question that hung in the air like tire smoke, demanding an answer. Would Stewart-Haas Racing continue its partnership with Ford in the forthcoming 2024 season? Tony Stewart's response was laden with intrigue, a mixture of cautious optimism and underlying uncertainty. "We're planning on it," he revealed, his words dancing on the precipice of revelation. "We're contracted for that, so yeah, I'd say we're probably staying with what our contract says right now." The response was like a spark igniting a powder keg, propelling fans into a frenzy of speculation. The tantalizing possibility of Dodge's return to NASCAR surged once again, as enthusiasts dissected every word, every implication. Stewart-Haas Racing's contract with Ford is set to expire in 2024, and Tony Stewart's previous collaboration with Dodge in the NHRA had fueled the flames of hope. Could this be the moment Dodge enthusiasts have been yearning for? The NASCAR world had been abuzz with rumors of a fourth original equipment manufacturer joining the ranks of Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota in the prestigious Cup Series. The timing seemed perfect, and Tony Stewart's cryptic revelation only served to intensify the speculation. Could this be the moment NASCAR executives have been waiting for? Would Dodge emerge as the much-anticipated fourth player in the racing arena? Social media platforms exploded with fan reactions as users shared their surprise, curiosity, and unabashed enthusiasm. One Twitter user cleverly remarked, "He dodged it," encapsulating the astonishment at Stewart's evasive response. The excitement among fans was palpable, with many expressing their desire to see Dodge return to the sport and join forces with Stewart-Haas Racing. A playful fan seized the opportunity to employ a pun, humorously stating, "Sounds like he dodged the question." The phrase "Dodge, Dodge, Dodge" echoed throughout the online NASCAR community, as fans playfully embraced the wordplay and Stewart's elusive stance. While the exact outcome of Tony Stewart's revelation remains uncertain, one thing is undeniably clear: the passionate NASCAR fan base is eagerly holding on to hope for a grand comeback by Dodge. The anticipation and excitement surrounding the potential reunion of this iconic car manufacturer with the high-speed world of NASCAR continued to grow stronger with each passing day. What do you think about this revelation by Tony Stewart? Tell us know in the comments section below. And be sure to hit the bell button and subscribe to our channel to get the latest updates. Well, there's more to the Tony Stewart controversy than meets the eye. Not only has Stewart broken his silence on this matter, but he has also done so on other equally absurd NASCAR actions. A few weeks ago, Stewart-Haas Racing was subjected to significant penalties by NASCAR. The reason behind these penalties was the discovery of counterfeit parts in the number 14 car driven by Chase Briscoe following the race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As a consequence, the team was subjected to severe consequences, including a substantial monetary fine and a deduction of 120 points from both the owners and drivers' standings. Understandably, the manner in which these penalties were administered has caused displeasure and dissatisfaction among Tony Stewart, the former NASCAR driver and co-owner of SHR. In all fairness to NASCAR, this incident is not an isolated case, as the organization has been actively penalizing teams throughout the current year. Initially, Hendrick Motorsports faced penalties, followed by Kaulig Racing, and eventually even Tony Stewart's own Cup Series team had to bear the consequences. Expressing his opinion on the recent penalties imposed by NASCAR, Tony Stewart conveyed a mixed perspective. While he commended NASCAR's commitment to ensuring fair competition and acknowledged the necessity of increasing fines as a deterrent, he also expressed frustration regarding what he perceived as questionable decision-making in certain instances. In an interview with NBC Sports, Stewart stated, "To be honest, I support the magnitude of the fines. I believe that if you want to establish control, you have to consistently increase the consequences to create a risk versus reward scenario. It's important to consider what teams are willing to jeopardize in order to exploit the gray areas. In that regard, I stand by NASCAR's approach. I believe they have made commendable efforts to discourage teams from pushing the limits. However, the mindset behind some of these decisions is utterly absurd. While some penalties are warranted, others, in my opinion, are exceedingly flawed. Nevertheless, we must remember that this is not our series. We are not the governing body. They have the authority to operate the series in the manner they deem necessary." In contrast to Tony Stewart's criticism of NASCAR's penalty distribution, Denny Hamlin, a prominent figure in Joe Gibbs Racing, expressed admiration for NASCAR's decisions and viewed them as crucial for maintaining the integrity of the sport. During an episode of his podcast, the seasoned NASCAR driver emphasized the importance of NASCAR's ongoing enforcement of penalties, stating, "NASCAR needs to continue doing this for sure because it helps. It really helps the integrity of our sport stay true to what it's supposed to be." The implementation of stringent penalties serves as a preventive measure to discourage teams from pushing the boundaries in search of competitive advantage. Consistently enforcing these penalties is beneficial for NASCAR's long-term stability. In a recent interview, Tony Stewart also shared his thoughts on the charter system in NASCAR and expressed his belief that not making it permanent would be ludicrous. He highlighted the significant role that NASCAR plays in shaping the future of the sport, emphasizing that team owners invest millions of dollars in order to contribute to the overall product presented by the governing body. Stewart stated, "The idea that NASCAR doesn't want to give permanent charters, I think, is ludicrous. For somebody that wants to invest in the sport, why would you invest in something and not have the security of knowing that your investment is somewhat secure?" As team owners shoulder the financial risks associated with securing sponsorships to field their cars, Stewart finds it unreasonable for the sanctioning body to not fully support and provide stability through the charter system. While acknowledging that NASCAR likely has its reasons for its stance, he expressed his disagreement with them. When asked if the charter system should be made permanent, Stewart responded, "I hope so." He stressed that its permanence is extremely critical for the long-term sustainability of NASCAR, as potential investors closely observe such decisions before deciding whether to invest in the sport or not. While Tony Stewart may not entirely share the same perspective, particularly given that his team was directly impacted by the NASCAR system, the need for such measures is considered imperative in the current climate of the sport. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.